My name is Surabhi, and I am associated with Brighter Minds Cognitive Training Program. What is the objective of today's webinar? We all know that this is technology age, this is digital age, and it has taken over our lives. Children are now more inclined towards watching videos, playing games, gadgets, rather than picking up a book and read. So reading culture is declining in not only children, but also in youth, also in adults, also in elderly people. And this trend could have an adverse impact on the language development and overall brain development of children, especially children, because children are in their developmental age where their brains develop, they learn things, and when this reading culture is declining, it will overall impact their lives. And we are seeing also nowadays this digital all these temptations, all these distractions, the shortcoming of education system, and the declining interest in books within families. These are all contributing factors to this trend that we are following. We all are following this. The consequences are serious, because when decline goes beyond academic performance, affect critical thinking skills, their imagination, not only that, but their empathy level as well, because when they read books, they understand things from others' perspective. That is also declining, and overall mental well-being, because through all these digital distractions, these gadgets, what is it developing? Ultimately, WHO is showing that it is developing loneliness, emotional wellness aspect is being impacted. So this webinar is to talk about this, what can be done, what are the concerns, what as parents we all can do. So let's discuss on how and what of building the habit, and I'm really super excited and delighted to have Mrs. Rama R. Shinde with us. And Mrs. Rama R. Shinde is an IB leader. Her resume is very big, very long, and it will take a lot of time. So I requested Mrs. Rama that you please send me, few lines only. So I'll be sharing that with you. She has been very passionate in this field, in the field of education, in transforming lives. She has been working with IBO as an IB EN visiting team and an IB program leader. She has done many face-to-face and virtual visits for verification, authorization, and evaluation of schools. She enjoys visiting different schools and supporting IB programs, as well as various other school curriculums. So she is an advisor in that sense. She is a consultant in that sense. She has worked with one of the well-known IB world schools, Vishwa Shanti Gurukul, since its inception. If I say that MIT Vishwa Shanti Gurukul has been her own baby, it's not wrong. And currently she is pursuing her further education as well, because all educationists want to upgrade their skills. So she is not behind in that. She is upgrading her skills also. From University of People, UK, she is pursuing her further studies as well, and independently working as an educational consultant for uplifting and upskilling schools. What all can be done for upskilling schools so that they give what they should give to children, not as business houses, but as educational entities, what all they can give to children. That is her passion. She believes that action speaks louder than words, and that is how she keeps working more than talking. But today I have requested her that, sometimes she needs to talk to us, so that that awareness can be brought, so that we can understand what to do, how to do, so that is how she is here. She wants to be a positive change maker, and she is. Certainly I am associated with her different activities for last 10 to 15 years, I guess. You are muted, ma'am.
Yeah, sorry. More than that, ma'am. Almost 12 years. Yeah.
More than that, we have done few programs in MIT Vishwa Shanti Gurukul as well for children. And she is striving to make a difference in today's world. And that is how we have requested Mrs. Rama to join us today for webinar. And warm welcome to you, Rama ma'am, and really thankful for your being here. Thank you so much. I remember she is so concerned about each and every child, when she was principal leader here in MIT Vishwa Shanti Gurukul and IB World School, one of the most renowned schools in Pune. She was concerned with each and every child, and I saw that. I witnessed it myself. Once she called me and said, "Ma'am, children in 12th grade, they have so many projects and everything that now they feel that they are done. They don't want to, go for exam and all." And then she suggested us to host a program, and then we did Last Mile, where we motivated everyone, all the children, so much. Now it's only Last Mile which is remaining. So I can see her passion in the field, and that is how on this topic, which is very, very important topic. Normally we think it's okay, things are going, life is running, but when it comes to brain development, when it comes to overall development of children, it's very crucial that we think thoroughly, and as parents take measures, not only thinking, but taking measures in that direction. So Rama ma'am, I hand it over to you. So today's topic of webinar is how and what of early reading habits in children. How and what of early reading habits in children. So please share with us, what is your experience? How do you think about it?
Yes, thank you so much, Surbhi ma'am, and warm welcome to all parents community who play a very important role in child's life. Okay, so the parents are the ones who bring the child on this earth, Mother Earth, right? And after bringing the child, it's very, very important that what kind of a support, what kind of a help, what kind of a nurturing we give it at home, okay? Because the school comes later on. So the home is a place where a journey of 1,000 miles begin with one step. And it is a time now where we all have to realize it. Like parenting is an art, and every parent needs to take strong steps, because when we look at schools, okay, and when we have seen the research also, that very few, 1 out of 2 children in India are able to read their grade level books. Okay, so this is a current scenario, and to change this scenario, who is responsible? The schools, but at the same time the parents community is very much responsible, and therefore we want to educate everyone over here. So very important thing, I love this word habit. Okay, Surbhi ma'am, which is a wonderful word. And when you look at the spelling of this word, if you drop H, okay, a bit is still with you. And if you drop B, okay, then it still remains with us. So who is responsible for formulating the habits among the children? The habits come from home. Each child is a mirror of the home when we see it in the school, correct? So right from the birth till age of 5, this is something which is very, very important age. And each habit which we formulate, inculcate, later on you see the replications of it. So it's so important that this first 5 years, how much attention you give it to the child. Okay, what kind of a help, support, because the child is totally dependent on us, and that is the age where the neural pathways in the brain are created. So what kind of an experiences, what kind of opportunities we give it to the children matters a lot. Okay, ma'am. So very, very important steps the parents need to take it, and we will be talking about it. We will be sharing with you that what we can do together. Okay, that's very, very important. We all know that Padhega India to Badhega India. Correct? Yeah. In this today's world, it is very important for us to understand Padhega India to Badhega India, and each child needs to develop the reading habit. In today's AI world, in this today's technology world, definitely the technology is going to remain, and that has made our life very easy, correct? But then we need to ensure that what kind of a habits we form and how much support we have to take in technology, but at the same time how we imbibe, inculcate reading habit in the children. Yeah. So today we are going to promise something to ourselves. Are you all ready to promise ourselves? Yeah.
So yes, you can write down in the chat box yes or why.
Yeah. So we want every one of you to promise yourself as a, as a mother, as a father, as a sister, as a brother, as a grandfather, grandmother, whoever is there, because, the children are surrounded with many people around. So let's empower our future generation through gift of reading. Okay. Every day we are giving a food to the child to eat. Right? Yes, that's a moral responsibility. We is to feed the children 6 times a day when the children were in the boarding also. Correct? At home, mother takes care. We keep on feeding the children, but what are we feeding for their brain? Okay, because the thoughts come from there. Okay, so what are we doing for a mind and a brain of a child is very, very important. So today, everybody is going to promise us that yes, we can see in the chat box many thumbs up, and I'm sure people are very sincere, dedicated, and they love their children. Okay, everybody wants their children to aspire, to thrive. So it's very important that one promise, one step at every house is very important, and that is very effective if you do it with kind of a commitment. So we are going to talk about the commitments which you can bring it in your life. So how do we do this? Okay, so it's very interesting. We know that our old scripture has proven that when the child is there in the mother's womb, right, you can begin from there. I know many prospective parents are also attending this webinar. And it is very, very important for them to understand when the mother gets conceived, father, mother plays a very important role. And from that time, take out some little time to, read something good, read rather than watching only the films, the television series and all that. Pick up something which is very, very effective, which can really connect to your child, okay, which can get the child's journey is going to begin from the day you get conceived. So it's very, very important. I know nowadays all the mothers are working, but then you need to develop that kind of reciting one shloka, learning something, okay, reading something which is, so you decide and promise yourself that yes, I'm going to do it. Okay. Now the children who are born, who are there around us, okay, they're already there. So what can we do for them? So when the babies are born, okay, they first learn to speak with their eyes. Okay, you know that when the child is born, the child doesn't speak. He's crying, she's crying, or a little bit. Then later on, as the child develops, the babbling sound, the 2-letter words, Baba, I, all, Mama, all those words keep coming. So there's a gradual process. Okay, but how do we make the children's eyes ready for reading? That's very important. So that's why, in olden days, the granny used to take the child and she used to show all the birds. She used to say, this is a crow, this is a sparrow and all that. But nowadays, closed houses. Flat culture.
Just a minute. Yeah, just a minute. So I request everyone to please mute so that your voice, doesn't.
Yeah, you can mute everybody. Yeah.
Please carry on.
Yeah, thank you so much. So basically what we have to do is that making the child's eyes ready. So when the child is there, whoever is talking, so communication with the child is very, very important at this age. You can keep talking about the objects nearby, you can keep showing, and that many parents do it. But I had seen there are a few parents who do not take that efforts and nobody communicates to the child. Parents are very busy in their own world and that becomes a problem. Now, introducing the emergent literacy. Now, when the child is 2 years old, okay, even 1.5 years old, that is the place where, that is the time actually the child start recognizing the mother, father, the entire family, and you have to take the help of this emergent literacy. Emergent literacy is nothing but, pre-reading and writing. So it is like, pre-reading. Basically, the child starts recognizing, water, milk. Okay. So these all things are there around him, and this is the way the child's vocabulary gets introduced. Your child gets developing the vocabulary in this manner. But you can take the special efforts where you bring every month your grocery, or so many things are there, and each and every item has the name written on it. That age, the children are not able to identify the letters. They don't know. But their association of the color, or everything is so programmed in their mind and a brain that the child, if I show a Bournvita packet, the child knows that he cannot read this spelling of Bournvita, but then he can say that it's Bournvita. It's a marigold biscuit. Okay, it's a 5-star Cadbury. Why? How does the child knows about it? Just looking at the wrapper. Okay, if it is a Surf Excel, the child looks at it and the child is able. So more of this kind of a work, the parents need to do it at home, because then you should not underestimate that a child doesn't understand anything, or he doesn't know the letters, so he will not be able to read it. So we have to take a lot of efforts every time something new to be shown it to. If you promise yourself at least 5 new things every day, we should show it to the child in this emergent literacy, and the child gets added vocabulary. Next time when child will see somewhere else that, okay, the child will immediately say, oh, this is what it is. I had come across the children, such a tiny ones, 2 years old, a rugby ball was shown it to the child by the father. Okay, and when I gave the rugby ball in the child's hand, 2 years old, and when he saw it, he said rugby ball. Okay, and I was surprised, how did he came to know about this word? Because somewhere the father had shown it, normal ball, rugby ball, football. So all these talk can be done through pictures, by showing the objects. So this is something which parents can do it. Please don't wait for the school. Okay, school journey begins after 3 years. So 3 years are in your hand. Nowadays, no doubt the children join early the schooling. But still, as a family, if you really look at it, 3 years is the right age to join the schooling. So emergent literacy is something which parents need to understand. It's not the school only should understand. You can keep talking about, you can keep showing different things, and promise yourself to show at least 5. And if you show more than 5, your child, you are going to get benefited. Another very important thing is that, introduction of the library. Now, unfortunately, in today's busy world, we don't see the libraries around. When my child was very young, we had on Ferguson Road the British Council Library. Okay, we did had I had visited to toy library also. So many things were available, but nowadays mall culture, right? And online shopping, all that is shutting the door, and then no doubt online libraries are there. But those online libraries, how effective are going to be there for the children? Correct. So you can create your own library, a small books, when that, please make, a rule, like, every month when you're spending a, little amount on the child, buy a small book for your child. That will really help the child to, build a small library of its own, and, that will really help. So you can create one corner in the house or a small cupboard, and let the child pick up the books every day. Make a habit, while eating the food or bedtime, pick up a book, start talking, and the children automatically get, because their attention span is very, very less. So it is very important that we introduce the library to the children. Yeah. And ensure that, as I covered this point, like, we need to buy a book. So now my little ones knows, that on the Amazon you get the books. So the children are very smart. They know that which book to buy from the Amazon. Similar with the crossword is there. There are many bookshops which are there. You should ensure that take a child, when you take the children to the mall, ensure that you go to the crossword, show the books to the children, let them, visually see it, and then only this kind of an attachment will be developed. Yeah, let us pick up a book to read. And when you know that, when you're picking up the book, how to handle the book, you can start reading. Somebody at the home has to take efforts to read it aloud. Aloud reading is very, very important. The child at this age does a lot of picture reading. So we need to ensure that this is a formative age. So a lot of picture reading, a lot of reading has to happen with the child. Yeah, next please, ma'am. And this is something, again, I said as a parent, ensure that bedtime reading becomes a habit. The child doesn't go to sleep without reading. Without reading in the sense, you reading first to the child, and then later on automatically that habit gets formulated in the children, like they keep reading before going to the bed. And then there are very, very long lasting effects of this reading habit towards at the end of the day. It gives a lot of calmness, peacefulness. The child goes to the bed with a lot of good thoughts, rather than watching some horror movies and watching certain unwanted stuff. It's better to read something and go to bed. I really appreciate many different cultures and traditions where the family reads together before going to the bed. They pick up one book, they read together, and everybody goes to sleep. So that is a habit which the families have formulated. And I had seen such children coming to us, coming into schools, and we see that they make a difference. Those children are different. They outshine. So where the beginning has happened, the school doesn't do any miracles. It begins from the home, and then we see the miracles happening. Create a reading nook, which I already have spoken to you. So decide one corner where the books are kept. The child knows that there is the place where I have to look for a book, and I will get the book which I want to read it. So you need to ensure that we have a toys cupboards, we have so many things at home, right? Some houses do not have a place also for a book, but then you need to ensure to create such kind of a place. Yes, ma'am, please. Next. Reading environment at home. Now this is very, very important. Like the people at home, like there may be a families who are joint families, so somebody's reading. The child should see that the father is reading, mother is reading, or so you need to set an example for it, right? So preaching and practicing, right? It is very, very important as an habit. So the children develop that. If it is all the time the television is on, then definitely it is not going to help, right? Sometime it is fine. The screen time has to be limited, and that is something which promise every parent again has to take it up. You have to give an exposure of a screen time to the children, but at the same time the home environment, everybody needs to develop that habit of reading. And I had seen wonderful effects of that. When everybody contributes, everybody has that one goal. Yes, we have some reading something.
So here I want to add a point, ma'am. Like you rightly said, the screen has to be introduced to child. I mean, we cannot avoid that. But if we can have specific time slots, that okay, before sleep, no screen. 2 hours before sleep, no screen. So if we fix screen time, okay, in the afternoon maybe, or in the evening maybe. I mean it will depend on family to family. But then we can fix that screen time and then fix reading time as well. Because in children's mind, structure is very important. Once they understand that okay, this time this is to be done, slowly they will start following it. So this is
absolutely perfect, ma'am. It is absolutely a very important point, that routine. Why do the children go to the school? There is a routine in the school, right? Why do we send them? So forming a routine for a child is very important, and you decide at what time the reading time has to be there, what time the screen time has to be there. But the parents have to take an effort for this. Next point, please, ma'am. Yeah. So as I already have spoken about, preaching and practicing is something which is very, very important. And we have to do that. I mean to say, without that, practice what you preach. That is what we keep saying. And this is something which the children are very good observers. They know that if the father is all the time on the mobile, they also want to use that gadget, right? So you need to restrict yourself very cautiously, at least for first 5 years. Later on, once the habit of reading is formulated, then you don't have to worry, because without mobile phones, your business, your work, everything is not going to move. But then that time the child doesn't look at it, because already you have sown the seed, right? Yeah. Next please, ma'am.
So before we go for this, ma'am, because we keep sharing many things on our LinkedIn, so I would like to request everyone to just follow this and comment if you want, if you like this topic, what do you think about it, because it will help others to think about it and take actions. So I would request everyone to please comment on it and just follow this profile, so that you can keep getting many things that we will keep giving you. So I'm sharing this in the chat box, the link of LinkedIn. You can see, you can follow it and also comment on the post. The purpose of this I already shared, that we keep sharing many things related to different aspects of children. I don't want you to miss it. So even when you are not having time at that time, you can see it later as well when you are follower of this. So this is a post in which this reading habit, so you can write something, give your inputs, how important is reading and how people should include in their lives, how parents can build habit. If you can write there, it will inspire many others, because I believe all of you who have given time here today, they all are change makers, right? Because you are thinking that you will do it and then you inspire others as well. This is how we will build community, right? Because it's very important to inspire many others who could not join this webinar. So for benefit of them, please comment on this post, how important is this to inculcate reading habit in children. And also you can follow this LinkedIn profile. We will keep sharing many things in this for you. And Rama ma'am, I'm happy to share with you that Rama ma'am has agreed to make many more videos, many more content on this, so that we all can help children together. So Neha ji, if you can write down in the LinkedIn, many people will get it. So Manlata ji, please write it in the LinkedIn profile that I have shared with you. Just click that post and write it there. The purpose of you writing there is inspiring others. Your comments will inspire others. It will be shared with other people as well, so that when they say that yes, there are 20 people, there are 30 people who are saying that this is important, then they give a thought on it. Because there are many parents who are not very aware like you. You are here on the Saturday morning, that shows that you are already aware about it. You just want to brush up things. You already are aware. But many people who are not aware, we want to give this benefit to them. And that is why I'm requesting you to do two things. One, follow this LinkedIn profile so that you get all the posts further on. And also comment on this LinkedIn poster is there and the topic is there. So comment on the topic. How important is the topic? How important is this habit in children? Because if you write here, Monica ji, then I will not be able to, encourage others. This chat box will remain here only. I want you to just copy it and paste there, so that this comment of yours, you have taken efforts to write so much, that will inspire others, Monica ji. Because I strongly believe that people who can make time on Saturday morning for this topic are really passionate in developing reading habit in children. So my humble request to Suman Lata ji, Monica ji, please write it in the LinkedIn profile, which will be shared with many others. And we want to start this movement, because once people are inspired, they will take measures, and it will inspire children. When parents start doing that, it will inspire children. So I'm waiting for you to write down. It's important, Rama ma'am, because this is overall consciousness. Once, suppose I'm only meditating, yeah, I'm only keeping my house clean, but all around it's not, then I will not be able to enjoy that cleanliness. So that coming together as a community of parents, as a community of educators, and then inspiring many more will bring change. That is called collective consciousness. please be change makers. You already are. And please inspire others with your comments and keep commenting on that. So with this, we will move ahead with our webinar topic. I'm sharing my screen with you.
Yeah, absolutely fine, ma'am. And it's basically, spreading the virus, but a positive virus, right? How you get connected, how you make others, inspired. That is something which is going to bring a big change, and we want every child to read it, and the reading has to begin from home. That is something which we are looking for.
Very important. Yeah. Very important. Because my global guide, my meditation guide, Ravi Taji, he said, if we don't spread positive vibe, you know what the danger is? Negative vibe will already be spreading. And if you don't spread positive vibes, then negative vibes will be dominating. That is why it's important for all positive people to come together and spread these vibes. So thank you so much, ma'am, for first part of the program. Now, please share with us on this benefits of developing reading habit in early age. How does it help child?
So
attention span.
So basically, the benefits are long lasting. Okay, and as we see that the children develop, the development starts right from the day one of the child. Initial 5 years, the development is very, very fast. The child's brain is, has a lot of energy. Okay, you cannot match that energy with anybody else. And this habit of reading, is going to give, expand the vocabulary of the child. Now we know that, Surbhi ma'am, that English is a business language. English is the medium of instructions at various schools. So the mother tongue is taking a second step, right? So whatever the vocabulary in the English language as well as the mother tongue language needs to get expanded, and that happens only through reading. And as I'm talking about, it's not only taking a book and reading, making sure that your child's eyes are ready for reading, watching around everything. It improves the communication skills of the child, because how well you communicate is very important in today's world, isn't it? A communication is something, a backbone of a personality of an individual. Okay, how you write comes later on, but how you communicate matters a lot in the child's life. And for that, the children need to learn to communicate. They need a vocabulary. In many schools, I see that the child, children are mum. They don't speak because they don't have words. Who is responsible for that? We have not given the exposure. So it improves the communication skills. More you read, more the words you see, and then you are able to use them in your regular life. It increases the attention span, which is very, very important, Surbhi ma'am, because that as an individual, everybody's attention span will vary. That parameter is going to vary. But then how you develop yourself, your child, the attention span matters a lot. It triggers the curiosity, because the more you read, you understand, and then you keep questioning. So I had seen the children who read more come up with many more questions, and that's very, very important. We want our country to have more entrepreneurs. We want the people who can generate more employment. So how it is going to happen? India doesn't require the clerks after clerks, right? We require the people who can come up and speak. So the curiosity is something which is very, very important. It develops the analytical skills, which are very, very important in the development as well as in lifelong learning. And it, last but not the least, it boosts the child's imagination and creativity. Okay, that's something which is very, very paramount importance, that creativity and imagination. Okay, we live in the world of imagination. The more you imagine your thoughts, and then it comes into your actions. So it is very important. So if you have given me that promise that yes, you are going to imbibe the reading in your child, and this all benefits the child is going to get it, and I'm sure the children will outshine. I had a wonderful examples, Surbhi ma'am, in my entire journey. The children who read well, okay, the children who have love towards reading, the interest toward reading, they are outshining. Okay, they are outshining. So this is very, very important. And these are the benefits. There are, many benefits, but, I just want to, keep hovering around your thoughts on this 6 clouds. And the last but not the least, thinking. This is something which is very, very important. How are we going to generate the thinking skills in the children? If you give a book to read, then only the child's thinking. Okay. Yeah, next please.
And like today, nowadays we have this edtech trend, in all the schools they follow the digital boards and all. But since I am working with cognitive training neuroscientific programs, there is a research, ma'am. When you write in the blackboard, it retains more in the mind of child than in digital this thing. So, we are using digital things, but at the same time, this reading habit to improve their retention, to improve their attention span. Concentration is the biggest problem that we are facing nowadays. You won't believe, every day I, talk to at least 10 parents whose concern is attention span is going down, concentration is, going down because distractions are increasing. And in reading, the thing is, when we do this in sequential way, when we read it in sequential way. Any activity that we do in sequential way, there are researchers' findings on this. Whatever we do in sequential way will improve your concentration, will improve your thinking. So this reading habit is very important. It cannot be replaced with digital screens. So with this, I would like to share with you, one thing that I have invited one child whose name is Shankar Swaraj, and I'm thankful to Rama ma'am because she only built this, habit, I would say, and also he started his journey with Rama ma'am. We visited her school one day because of one event. We were doing something for her students, and because Shankar is my son also, Shankar was with me. And she interacted with Shankar, Rama ma'am interacted with Shankar and gifted her a book. The name of the book was Angry Tomato. And he was very small that time, 4 years, I guess, 3-4 years, very small. So he is sitting with this. I am giving him a spotlight so that you can see him. Can you see him?
Yes.
Can everyone see Shankar?
Yes, ma'am.
So yes, ma'am. The book was gifted by Rama ma'am to Shankar. And then when we came back, we started, reading together. We used to, so in between there are many things. In one of the pages, many tomatoes, they jump on wall and here. And so we used to act together, so I will become Angry Tomato, Shankar will become Hero Tomato. We will jump together, have fun together, and with that, I'm happy to share with you that now Shankar is 11. And if I give him 400 pages book, he will finish it in 3 days. Most of the times 2 days. And he is so interested in reading books that, when he has nothing to do, he will not ask for a screen. He will say, "Ek book le lu kya mama?" So I'm requesting Shankar. Shankar, can you please share something about your journey, how you developed your habit of reading?
So yes, the first book I started reading was this. So what we used to do, in between the books, there are a lot of drawings. So we used to act that out. Like in this page, I used to be the Hero Tomato, and I was in this page. I was the Angry Tomato, and I was jumping everywhere, acting like I was destroying the city, and then I would become the Hero Tomato and then start fighting. So this was the book, and what my mother used to do was we used to act it out, and my mother used to read it out. So that's how this is the first book I read. And after that I started reading more and more books. And the funny thing is that most books I have read are actually of my father's. And I go to his room sometimes when I'm bored. When I see a book, I pick it up and start reading. And if I found it interesting, I would keep reading it, and then if there was a complete series, I would read that as well. Whatever book there was, I used to read if it was interesting to me. And that's how I started reading a lot of things. a lot of non-fiction because that's mainly non-fiction. I only read one fiction book there, but like it was very random. So I have like read a lot of types of books, and one of my like favorite types is mythology books. They teach a lot to us. The mythology books, they tell like if you go in more detail to the mythology books, like about the most like more known books, like Samudra Manthan. I loved that chapter when I read the mythology book. So they teach us a lot. Like beyond, like it does not teach us that every time like good always wins and like they win effortlessly. They have to like actually think, and they actually like.
Well, I have Parth Nagpal stand.
Sorry, Shankar. Please continue.
That's like they have to actually fight, and the rules like suppose someone gets a boon, then the gods have to defeat him by like using some technicality in the boon. So it teaches us a lot, and that's one of my favorite types. I believe that everyone should read, but we should not read like very specified genre. Like I feel like that would make someone like read one types of books, so they wouldn't expand a lot. So what I do, I read out of like nowhere. Like I read very different types of books.
Yeah. Thank you, Shankar. Thank you so much for your insights, and we are happy that you joined this webinar. One more thing I want to share with you here, that this journey of Shankar has few more things, and we run Brighter Minds here, and Brighter Minds is a cognitive training program which is available in 160 countries, and we work on brain of children, mind of children, how to regulate that energy, how to channelize that energy. What is the benefit of the program? How to improve concentration in children, how to improve comprehension in children, overall learning efficiency. Through this Brighter Minds program, we work on these abilities of children, and Shankar joined when he was 4.5. And I would give credit to this program also, because it has developed many abilities in children. So I will share one video with you regarding the program, but whatever I am going to show you is only tip of the iceberg. It's only one thing that shows that how intuitive capabilities in children are developed. But this program has many other aspects which has developed. All these things have developed many skills, mind skills in Shankar. So I'll share with you. I'll show you one video.
बुक पढ़ने वाली हूँ।
सूम करके आप किताब पढ़ेंगी?
हाँ।
तो देवी संजू, आप देख रहे हैं कि वंशी ने पट्टी बांध ली आंखों पर और कह रहे हैं कि मैं सूम करके वो किताब पढ़ सकती हूँ।
सर आप चेक कर सकते हैं।
मैं तो नहीं देख सकता, ठहर जाओ, मैं आ रहा हूँ पीछे। चेक करूंगा कि आप नीचे से देखते नहीं रहे।
Let's read on. Long ago, there lived a merchant. He used to deal in salt. So the merchant was sure that the donkey.
सुनिए।
Yes sir.
अच्छा, एक ये तो हमने सुन लिया है।
हाँ।
ये भी तो हो सकता है कि आप इसको रट के आई हो।
नहीं सर, ये बुक आपकी टीम ने मुझे दी थी।
हाँ।
तो ये मैंने देखी भी नहीं है कभी पहले।
अच्छा, ये एक नया चैप्टर खोला है मैंने।
ठीक है,
ये पढ़िए।
Once a grasshopper was sitting outside in the sun during winter. He was very hungry. He had not eaten anything since last night. So he looked around to find something to eat. Suddenly he saw few ants carrying grains into their hole.
रुको। ये भी रट के आई होगी तुम पहले से। पन्ना पलट रहे हैं। ये पढ़ो।
Once upon a time, there was an explorer named John D'Souza One day, he and his friends decided to explore a desert named Death Valley. It was called so because nobody returned
Oh,
alive.
she's doing it. My goodness. Okay. पट्टी खोल दूँ तुम्हें। लेकिन संजय, मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि ये किताब जो थी, ये हमारी टीम ने दी थी वंशी को। ये इसकी किताब नहीं है, लेकिन मैं आपको बता दूं कि एक भी जगह पर इन्होंने गलती नहीं की। जितने भी लाइंस थी बिल्कुल वैसे इसमें पढ़ के बताया। वंशी, हमें बताइए कि ये ज्ञान आपको कैसे मिला?
सर, मैंने एक ब्राइटर माइंड्स का कोर्स किया था। उसमें ब्रेन एक्सरसाइजेज, ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेज और एक स्पेशल मेडिटेशन म्यूजिक उन्होंने बनाया है। तो वो एक्सरसाइजेज करके और वो म्यूजिक सुन के मैंने ये सब सीखा है।
वाह।
सर, मैं बिना देखे कलर भी बता सकती हूँ किसी चीज का, बस पकड़ के।
ये फिर बांधना पड़ेगा आपकी आंख को। इस ट्रे के अंदर बहुत सारी चीजें रखी हैं।
ओके सर।
और ये क्या है?
सर, ये एक कप है, येलो कलर है, उसका कलर येलो है।
ये क्या है?
सर, ये एक पेन, स्केच पेन है जो रेड कलर में है। सर, ये भी एक पेन है जिसमें रेड और वायलेट पर्पल टाइप का दोनों कलर हैं। सर, ये भी एक पेन है जो रेड और ग्रीन कलर है इसमें।
वाह। ये ट्रे ले रहा हूँ मैं। हो गया इम्तिहान तुम्हारा, पास हो गए आप। अनबिलीवेबल। माय गुडनेस। कहीं भी जा करके आप कोई भी रंग जो है वह पहचान सकती हैं।
यस सर।
अगर आपकी आंखें बंद हो।
यस सर।
ये तो अद्भुत कला हो गई है कि नहीं? अनबिलीवेबल वंशी, बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको।
थैंक यू सर।
तो मैं पिताश्री से पूछना चाहूँगा, सर हम ये जानना चाहेंगे कि ये जो कोर्स होता है जिसमें वंशी ने ये सब सीखा है, इसके बारे में हमें कुछ बताइए। कहाँ होता है ये कोर्स?
सर, ये एक 6 से 8 वीक का एक ब्राइटर माइंड का कोर्स है, अल्फा करके कोर्स है, जो हार्टफुलनेस एक संस्था है, उन्होंने और उनके जो ग्लोबल मेंटर हैं दाजी, उनके निर्देशन पे डिजाइन किया गया है। तो इसमें वो लोग कुछ टूल्स, टेक्निक्स, ब्रेन एक्सरसाइजेस, मेडिटेशन, उन सबको कंबाइन करके एक कोर्स तैयार होता है जिससे बच्चे की इंट्यूशन स्किल्स, कंसंट्रेशन, फोकस, वो सब बढ़ता है। उसमें जैसे मेंटर और मेंटी इतना ज्यादा एसोसिएट हो जाते हैं एक दूसरे से कि दे जस्ट 3-4 आवर्स दे जस्ट फॉरगेट एवरीथिंग। ये जो अभी इसने करके दिखाया है वैसा तो जादू लगता है, बट वो सेंसरी सब्स्टिट्यूशन है। जैसे जो हम आंख से देख पाते हैं तो उसको दूसरे सेंस जनरली जो हम यूज नहीं करते, स्मेल सेंस या टच सेंस, वो हम यूज नहीं करते, तो वो विजन सेंस को रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं स्मेल सेंस से और टच सेंस से।
कहाँ पर है ये संस्था?
सर, ये हार्टफुलनेस ग्लोबली फैली हुई संस्था है, तो ब्राइटर माइंड भी ऑलमोस्ट ग्लोबली ही है। एक्चुअली मेरा एक मित्र हार्टफुलनेस से जुड़ा हुआ था काफी टाइम से, तो वो काफी टाइम से कह रहा था कि ये एक कोर्स है, बच्चे को आप ट्राई कर सकते हो। तो मैं तो कि नथिंग टू लूज वो सोच के ज्वाइन किया था, बट इट्स ह्यूज गेन।
जी जी। तो ये केवल बच्चों के लिए है या बड़े भी जा सकते?
तो मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहूंगी कि शंकर, इस प्रोग्राम का भी बहुत बेनिफिट मिला मैम। हमने एक तो यहाँ पे घर में उसको ये कोशिशें करी, उसके साथ में ये प्रोग्राम ऑनलाइन भी अवेलेबल है और इन पर्सन भी सेशंस करते हैं। And up to now, we have trained more than 10 lakhs people. Children from this academy have also presented before Honorable President of India, Kabir Bedi ji, so many dignitaries, and they all have liked it, and then they got their family members do it. People ask me कि क्या हर बच्चा कर सकता है? तो ये हर बच्चा कर पाता है मैम, हर बच्चा कर सकता है, क्योंकि इंट्यूटिव कैपेबिलिटी तो हम सबके अंदर है. जरूरत क्या है कि जब हम उसको नर्चर करते हैं तो हम whenever we need it, we can take guidance from the heart. So these abilities, when nurtured, they improve decision making capability of a child. और कंसंट्रेशन इम्प्रूव होने से, ऑब्जर्वेशन इम्प्रूव होने से ये लर्निंग एबिलिटी बहुत इम्प्रूव हो जाती है, लर्निंग एफिशिएंसी बच्चों की बहुत हो जाती है. तो दिस प्रोग्राम ऑल्सो हैज कंट्रीब्यूटेड अ लॉट. किसी को अगर इस प्रोग्राम के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए, आप अपने बच्चों के लिए ज़रूर इसको आप कराइए. मैं भी एंड में आपके साथ शेयर करने वाली हूँ डिटेल. आगे आने वाली इन्फॉर्मेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है और वो मैं आप सबके साथ शेयर करूँगी, क्योंकि एक बहुत एक्साइटिंग भी हम प्रोग्राम शुरू करना चाहते हैं आपके बच्चों के लिए, कि कैसे उनमें रीडिंग की इंटरेस्ट डेवलप करें और रीडर से उन्हें ऑथर भी कैसे बनाएं. मैं आपको एक शेयर करती हूँ एक बच्चे का, जिसको हमने अब ये शंकर के एक्सपीरियंस और इन सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस के अकॉर्डिंग हमने कुछ बच्चों को नर्चरिंग करना शुरू किया. तो एक बच्चा पार्थ, जिसने हमारे साथ ब्राइटर माइंड किया, उसके ऊपर भी उसको इंटरेस्ट था क्रिकेट में. तो ये बच्चा पार्थ, इसका नाम है पार्थ नागपाल. आप देख सकते हैं, ये टीवी न्यूज में भी आया है. Rama ma'am, because we got this experience with Shankar, and after that I worked on many children, how to improve that. And when we worked with this child, Parth Nagpal, he was interested in cricket. So I used to encourage him, why don't you write a book? Let's do it together. Let's discuss it. And ultimately he could write a book on Raju's journey. So it's a story where Raju dreams about, winning World Cup, and he has got this award. He has got Young Authors Award. You can see this. I am sharing with everyone. He has got this winner of NYAF 23-24 and Young Author Award he has got. So that is how I got very excited, and I want to start this journey for as many children as possible. So coming back to our webinar topic, I don't want to take much of your time because a lot is still to go. I'm sharing this about this.
Parents, it's very important that our parents community should know about this, because again I go back and say that a journey starts with one step. So one step is very important.
Yes. So I actually encourage everyone, because this program is available online. This program is available in person. This program, is helpful for each and every child. And when they do that, many skills are developed in that. I am seeing with children. Even government has seen that, ma'am. Government has sponsored many underprivileged children. I have been working with many underprivileged children also, whose parents cannot afford, because in Heartfulness, meditation is free for everyone for life. But these offerings in which we have to invest, we need to give backpack to child, app to child, logistics are there, thorough work, structured work is there. We need experts in this. So in this we charge fees. This Brighter Minds program we charge fees, but the benefit that we get. So seeing that government has sponsored many underprivileged children whose parents cannot sponsor, cannot fund that. They are from poor background, humble background, but government has given that benefit. And we have also done studies through Indian Institute of Health Management and Research. What changes are we seeing in children? So we have got very encouraging reports, through this program. So it has scientific background as well. So I will come back to it later. So first, let us talk about it. What kind of books are to be given to children? Because this is one of our takeaways of the webinar that we have shared with everyone. So, ma'am, over to you. Please, share your wisdom on it.
Yes, thank you, Surbhi ma'am. So basically, you all know that very well, like think before you speak. This is something which we keep on telling it to the children, but initial age group, we tell them first speak. We don't tell them to think, we encourage the speaking. But later on, as in the adolescence age onwards, we ask them that think before you speak and read before you think. That is something which is very important. So what kind of a books you are going to give it to the children? As Shankar also has given you the message, like, the mythology, the Upanishad, the Vedas and Upanishads, then the Gita. There are so many books, even the Heartfulness, Brighter Minds also has many books, which are easily available, and these books are, very thought-provoking for the child. And believe me, once the child reads this book, the child will start asking questions, and that automatically starts happening because the child is going to go into the different world. So these books have been proven. Okay, these books are the ones which really has given a kind of an enormous results that the children will be an inquirers if they start reading. Okay, yeah, next please.
I'm showing you a few books.
Yeah,
that we have. These are some examples.
Correct. Yeah. And ma'am, we are going to share with the parents a different links also where a lot of books are available, for the children. So many parents are not aware about it, what kind of a book. So now I'll quickly go through this. There are award-winning books, okay, which are specially exclusively written for the children. And this is a very, these all websites which I'm sharing with you right now on the slide. We are sharing it. These are not, you don't have to pay. You just have to go and first look for it. So this Story Online website, which is has award-winning books, is again SAG Foundation's ones. There are n number of books over there. The author reads the books, so you can see the voice modulation and all those things. Then the story that is called storyonline.net. Then there are Pratham books, which is again easily available. If you log in, you can get into that, and you will be seeing the books for the children. There are different levels for the children. Storyweaver is again a part of a Pratham book. So there are the books.
Whatever
languages, different
languages.
Please go.
Yeah. So Storyweaver has a different language book. So there are various books available in different languages like Marathi, Hindi, Telugu, even French, German, very many languages. One more thing, like Oxford, we know that Oxford has a beautiful program, and it's called a reading programs. Now this Oxford UK also has, if you click on this thing, there are free e-reading books also for the children. So as a parent, you can go through it. These books are not very expensive ones, hardly for 10 minutes. So if you go through that book, it will be very easy. So you can join as a parents community on this Oxford Owl for Home, and you will be able to see beautiful book like Our Class Tiger. It's a wonderful book where the children can come to know what initiatives they can do and what things they can do it, to reach out to the society, to reach out to the animals, all those things. So it is free. E-books are available for age 3 to age 11. So you can really take a help of this kind of a books. And what you give is very important for a child. So it's like, what food you give it to eat. Similarly, what you're giving for his brain and a mind to nurture the thoughts. Over to you, Surbhi ma'am. Yeah.
So yes, so thank you so much, ma'am. I'm delighted to announce this program today, which Rama ma'am and myself we have been working on. We are going to start this reading adventure, 4 weeks book mastery program. This would be an online program for children. Which will be used to, this program, the purpose of this program is to develop interest in reading, because nowadays, that is one factor, children should be interested in reading. So how to develop interest in reading, and then how to, nurture their journey from reader to author. We will also train them how to, author a book, how to write things, read and then write. Because once they, like Shankar shared with you, once they become interested, then your job is over. Now, I don't have to put any efforts. Only beginning, initial efforts were involved. After that, now he picks a book and it is a habit, like Raman said in the beginning, habit. Now it has become a habit. I don't need to ask him to read. He will read himself. He will come to his father's library, even my library, and he'll pick up the book. So to nurture this journey of all other children, like we did for Parth, Shankar, and few more children, this is online, activity-based and game-based, 30 days program, which will develop reading skills in children and also, how to, then enable them, empower them to write as well, so that, they can also think of writing a book.
That book, The Angry Tomato, was written by one of my boarding student, okay, in the school. And that is the way we nurture the child to write. And all the illustrations also, thanks to my team who took an efforts to ensure that the child spends time in the evening to write that book. So making young authors is also something which is very, very important. And I congratulate you for inaugurating today this program open for all the parents, and for the children it is going to be a different world experience for all of them. So we are open now for questions. So again, it is a thinking time for a parent. They can write the question in the chat box, right, ma'am? Yeah, or they can express it. Yeah.